Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan was a lot of fun, but we also made a lot of mistakes that made our trip less enjoyable there. So here's a review and our experience of going to Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan. Let's get into it.
We are the Stone family, and while we're thrilled to share our journey with you, these videos have a special purpose. They're a living scrapbook for our daughter Shanti to relive our family's experiences when she's older. Your enjoyment and support means the world to us, but ultimately, these are our heartfelt home videos crafted with love for Shanti's future. Join us as we explore new cultures, create lasting memories, and document our growth as a family. And we hope that you'll find joy in them too.
We started off the day in our Airbnb, which was not very close to Universal Studios, but the subway stations in Osaka and really all around Japan is amazing. So it's very clearly labeled how to get to Universal Studios from the subway system, no matter where you're staying at. Also, if you don't know us very well, we travel the world full time, and my mom actually flew into Japan to visit us while we were there visiting. And so today was a big surprise for Shanti going to Universal Studios to see Super Mario World.
One of the main reasons we came to Japan was to bring you here.
Aww.
And Mimi gets to be here with us.
I know, I'm so excited.
But here's where things got tricky. We got to the ticketing booth.
So like most of the things in our Japan trip, we're a little bit unprepared for this too. Could have booked tickets online, saved the wait line, could have gotten here earlier. These things would be helpful if you're planning your trip here. First lesson that we learned is getting here early is not just good to get here early, but in order to get into the Super Mario World, you need to reserve a ticket. You can only reserve the ticket once you're in the park and you actually have your physical pass. You have to scan it with your phone through the app. So make sure you have data on your phone or else you can't do that either. But you scan it and you have to like reserve a time. We're here, it's noon right now. The earliest we could get into the Super Mario Park was 7:30 p.m. So we gotta fill the 7 hours.
But ours was later in the evening, which we didn't realize was going to work in our favor, but that will come up later on. So upon entering the park, it's crowded. I mean, lots of people as soon as you get into the park. And this was a Thursday. It wasn't even like a weekend or anything. As soon as entering the park, you really see the friendliness of the workers. But there, everybody was so welcoming, and I understand that it's their job, but it was still very much appreciated. They were genuinely excited to see us. As soon as we got into the park, it was hot, and we realized that we had to wait like 7 hours to go to the Super Mario Land, so we stopped by a restaurant.
Right now we're at the Parkside Grill within the park. We wanted to sit down because we have to be here so long until we get into Mario, which is the main reason why we came here, is for the Super Mario Land. Actually, I think this is themed, but it's Texas themed.
Oh boy.
Because they have the Texas tie.
They do.
Oh.
It's called a boa.
A boa, they have a boa
It's a
on.
steakhouse.
So we're in Japan eating Texas Steakhouse.
It's very embarrassing, and we should probably not include this in the video.
No, but it's
This was a Texas Steakhouse themed restaurant, which is pretty funny because we're American, and so it's nothing really themed to us, but I'm sure to all of the Japanese people who go, that Texas Steakhouse theme is pretty fun to experience, and the food was actually really good. So after we took some downtime there to avoid the heat, we immediately went over to the Elmo's Wonderland and Snoopy ride. Now this is for the smaller kids. There's no big roller coasters over here, and I would say any kid like 7 and below would have fun here. The first ride we chose to stand in line in was the Snoopy ride, and surprisingly there were so many adults in the Elmo world and actually all over the park that like didn't have families. And what I didn't realize is that people in Japan are really committed to their hobbies. I mean, super committed to their hobbies. So if somebody's into Snoopy or they're into just like that kind of theme in general, they will wait an hour to ride this very boring Snoopy ride just to do it because they love Snoopy. Shanti enjoyed it, and we continued to adventure around the Wonderland, which had an amazing play area that had AC.
Look at the parents in here all passed out.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. That is so true. A bunch of parents just passed out on the side in the shade and AC. That's hilarious.
All these
All these parents passed
Yeah, meanwhile, their child's like at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny because while their kids were playing in there, I mean, Japan's very safe, so not judging them in that way, but they were avoiding the heat and just exhausted and like plopped down. But the kids were going crazy in it, and Shanti really loved that area. And we did the Elmo skateboard ride, which was a lot of fun too. That one was a little bit more thrill-seeking a bit, and it actually scared Shanti a little bit, but it was fun. Moving on to the next area that we went to, this was Jurassic World. And the visuals of walking around Jurassic World was really fantastic. They did a great job on this area. And the realistic dinosaur suits and the immersive atmosphere of this part of the park was really fun. Shanti likes dinosaurs. And as you can see in the video, these dinosaur suits, they're legit. I mean, they're really good, and they have the trainers that walk them around, and they're educating the kids and the adults about what these dinosaurs are. Well, that led us to the Minion Park, which this had a ride there that was appropriate for Shanti and her height, so we decided to wait in the line. Now, the Minions are all throughout Universal. It's almost like the biggest theme, other than the Super Mario World until you get there. But like there's the Harry Potter world, and you don't see Harry Potter anywhere until you get to that area, which honestly we did not even go to. Just we didn't have time. But the Minions, there's Minion stores, there's Minion everything around Universal. And so we waited in line, and you know, honestly, the Minion ride was kind of fun, but it was not really very impressive. You're in this big kind of dome, and it's more like a three-dimensional ride, and you're sitting in chairs that move around and stuff like this. But the atmosphere as you're walking around the Minion-themed area was really fun because the Minions are causing havoc on certain things, and there's other little rides that the kids will really enjoy too. Now, finally, our time had arrived to go into the Super Mario Land.
Shanti, are you so excited?
Okay, we finally made it into the gate.
And guys, it did not disappoint. We were disappointed that we had to wait all day long until 7:30 p.m. at night to see it. But it actually worked out perfectly because this place at nighttime feels and looks so much more realistic because of the amazing lighting that they've used to make this area come alive at nighttime.
The lights and all of this different ambiance that we would not get during the daytime that we're getting at nighttime really makes this place look way more than what we were expecting. So nighttime was actually, we didn't plan it this way, but it's actually really amazing at night with all of the lights and how everything is lit up.
Like you really feel like you're in Super Mario Land because of the lighting. The design and the immersive experience was top quality in this area. Definitely the best and maybe the newest part of the park, but they really did a slam job on this. Even as an adult, I was having fun looking around at everything, and Shanti was just amazed at it all.
This is super cool in here. Honestly, I would even go to say, now I love Mario, I grew up loving Mario, I still play Mario games with Shanti. I will say that this section of Universal in Osaka is the reason to come here.
If you want to go to the Super Mario Land during the daytime, or you don't want to be at the park as late, you have to get to Universal Studios early in the morning to reserve your time, because they don't let people just walk into that area. They have like a cap and a limit, so you have to reserve it. But once you're in there, you can stay as long as you want, but you can't enter until your time comes up. And the Yoshi ride was nothing for thrill seekers, but it was really fun, especially if you're into Mario and you grew up with Super Mario stuff like I did, and Shanti is with her games and loving Mario too. So it was a really fun time just to see all these characters that we've played video games and seen, you know, all of our lives, to see manifested in a 3D world. You know, it was just so much fun to see.
One last reminder for you if you're coming here. In order to play all of the mini games, and there's a lot of fun little things too. We didn't watch any videos or anything before coming here, but you do need to buy a wristband. The wristband is about 5,000 yen, which is what? Today is about $35. So just expect that you're gonna have to buy that if you want to play the mini games. Is it worth it? It just depends on how much you love gimmicky kind of Mario things, but that's just up to you.
So all in all, going to Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan was a lot of fun for the whole family. Was it my favorite part of Japan? Probably not. But was it worth going just for the Super Mario Land experience? Yes, I would say so. That was so impressive to us. Happy trails.